Hello and warm welcome to 8 on Play On, our weekly sports bulletin from the northeastern part of the country. There are plenty of cheering stories to tell you about all the sporting developments, especially from the boxing world. Two boxers from northeastern part of the country, the magnificent Mary Kom from Manipur and the fast upcoming talent LOVELINA BORGOHAIN from ASSAM earned their berths for the Tokyo Olympics 2020. Before moving ahead, let me take you to the top stories. Olympic bronze medalist at the 2012 London Games, Mary Kom qualifies for Tokyo 2020 after entering the semi-finals of the Asian qualifiers. Another boxer from Northeast, Assam's LOVELINA BORGOHAIN books a berth in 2020 Japan Olympics, defeating Maleva of Uzbekistan in the quarterfinals in the Asia-Oceania Olympic qualifiers in Amman, Jordan on Sunday last. Kevin Pietersen, former captain of the England cricket team, involves himself in different field to create awareness to save the one-horn rhino, and he chose KAZIRANGA to shoot his documentary. MOHUN BAGAN beat AIZAWL FC to clinch I-League 2019-20 title with 4 games left to play. Welcome back. The big story. Olympic bronze medalist at the 2012 London Olympics, Mary Kom has qualified for Tokyo 2020 after entering the semi-finals of the Asian qualifiers on Monday last. Six-time world champion, the magnificent MC Mary Kom in the 51 kg weight category qualified for the Tokyo Olympics by advancing to the Asian qualifier semi-final with a comfortable win over Philippines' Irish Magno at the Asia-Oceania qualifying game that's taking place in Amman, Jordan. Second-seeded Mary Kom, who won a bronze at the 2012 London Olympics when women's boxing was first introduced at the showpiece, won the qualifiers bout 5-0. The Tokyo Games will have Mary Kom's second Olympic appearance and will also give her a chance after missing out on the qualification berth for 2016 Rio Olympics following a second-round loss in the 2016 World Championships.
Preparing for her second bout also is the legendary figure of Mary Kom, tournament number 2 seed, the 5th ranked boxer in the world. 37 years of age now.
London Olympic bronze medalist Mary Kom is set for her second Games appearance as the Indian boxer sealed a Tokyo Olympic berth by reaching the semi-finals of the Asian boxing qualifiers on Monday in Jordan. The highlights: Mary Kom set for second appearance at Olympic Games. Mary defeated Philippines boxer Irish Magno 5-0 at Asian boxing qualifiers.
From India. 6 World Championship titles during the course of her glittering career. She comes in here as the reigning World Championship bronze medalist and reigning Commonwealth Games gold medalist. And her opponent, well, she's competed at 4 World Championships.
Mary, 7th Indian boxer to seal Olympic quota at Asian qualifiers. 6-time world champion MC Mary Kom booked a berth at Tokyo Olympics 2020 after reaching the semi-final at Asia-Oceania Olympic qualifiers at Amman, Jordan on Monday. Mary Kom, who won a bronze at the London Olympics, will make a return to the Games in Tokyo. It will be only her second appearance at the quadrennial global spectacle. MC Mary Kom defeated Philippines boxer Irish Magno 5-0, a unanimous verdict, in the quarterfinal of the 51 kg category in Amman to book her place in the semi-final of the Olympic qualifiers.
So the second round of this final quarterfinal in the women's 51 kg flyweight division. Very little between the boxers at the end of 3 minutes as Kom bosses away to the body, then comes back upstairs with a cracking southpaw right. And counter-punching with the left hand now, Mary Kom, quickening up the feet and neutralizing the forward forays of Magno. Magno will be aware that she's been picked off as she's advanced. She got back into the pocket immediately.
With Simranjit Kaur winning her 60 kg quarterfinal in the last Indian bout of the day, 8 Indian boxers booked Tokyo Olympic berths at the Asian qualifiers in Amman. Mary Kom had clinched a dominant 5-0 victory over Commonwealth Games bronze medalist Tasmin Benny of New Zealand in the first round of the Olympic qualifiers in Jordan on Saturday. Mary Kom had earned a ticket to the Olympic qualifiers after being Nikhat Zareen in the final of the women's boxing Olympic trials in the 51 kilogram weight category in New Delhi in December.
Nice counter left hand again from Comp. The action resumes beyond range once again, but once more Mary Com scoring with the lead right hand, looking for a bolo shot to the body is Magno. Counter left again, strikes for Mary Com. She goes for the same shot just before the bell, but couldn't find the range.
Earlier, Zareen had demanded a fair chance to contest the Tokyo Olympic qualifiers. On October 17, Zareen had written to the Sports Ministry challenging the Boxing Federation of India BFI's decision to accommodate world champion Com by changing its rule of exempting gold and silver medalists from the World Cup. Meanwhile, world number one Amit Panghal, 52 kilogram, qualified for his maiden Olympic Games by entering the semi-final at Asia-Oceania qualifiers on Monday. World silver medalist and top seed Panghal edged out familiar foe Carlo Palam of Philippines in a 4-1 split verdict in the quarterfinal. The other Indian boxers who have sealed an Olympic quota so far are Asian Championships gold medalist Pooja Rani, 75 kilograms category, two-time World Championships bronze medalist LOVELINA BORGOHAIN, 69 kilogram category, and Commonwealth Games gold medalist Vikash Krishan, 69 kilogram, Ashish Kumar, 75 kilogram, and Satish Kumar, 91 kilogram plus category.
One of the very best of all time, and she is not done yet, because Mary Com.
She's probably about to eat a lot.
Here's the verdict.
Winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing India, Mary Com.
So Mary Com, the 6-time World Championship gold medalist.
For this only, so long, I was working so hard. Thank you so much. I deserve, I think, proud myself because, you know, well, being a girl, of course, took a boxing, you know, turn into in boxing is not easy. And of course, again, the second challenge, the first challenge is being a girl. Second challenge is again, after the marriage, who will fight? Who will come back? And after the child, oh my God, I took many challenges in terms of whatever, you know, people are talking, speaking negative. That always, you know, I took a challenge. One day, definitely, I will show you who am I. And of course, people will be quiet. That is, I will give their life, you know. That is today, really, I think, for so long fighting and for this only. A dream, I think, dreams is almost complete, Thank you so much, thank you.
On the other hand, Assam boxer LOVELINA BORGOHAIN booked a berth in 2020 Tokyo Olympics, defeating Mileva of Uzbekistan in the quarterfinals in the Asia-Oceania Olympic qualifiers that are taking place in Amman, Jordan on Sunday last. LOVELINA participated in the 69 kg weight category. It was the second occasion when an Assamese boxer will be seen in action in Olympics after Shiva Thapa.
В этом турнире и в первом поединке победила Май Кито. Еще раньше, в конце прошлого года, выступала на чемпионате мира в Улан-Удэ, но там выбыла от Мелис Юнузовой.
Я тут заслушался просто чуть-чуть. Ну да, не часто встретишь Нирвану.
LOVELINA, second seed, was favourite against the 22-year-old Mileva, and she performed as per expectation.
Любят, собственно говоря, разные музыкальные стили, ну и чаще там представители арабского мира, там индийского в том числе, любят именно слушать свою музыку, ну, там, национальную, да, и вообще отмечаю, что, допустим, у арабов, у них, я так сейчас могу, честно, вот всех сразу предупрежу, могу ошибиться, потому что музыкальный...
The boxer never allowed her opponent in the ring to challenge her and puzzled Mileva using her height advantage. Round 2 was a totally one-sided contest, which the Indian boxer won by a 4-1 margin. Malieva needed a knockout in the final round and she tried well, but failed to overcome the challenge of Lovelina. Indian boxer won the bout with unanimous decision.
Первый раунд, то здесь девушки не обратили ровным счетом никакого внимания на музыку и пытаются они действовать на встречных курсах и так вот достаточно агрессивно работают как одна, так и другая.
И хорошо, кстати, Ловлина Боргохаин встречает соперницу, отлично попала одиночным.
Assam's boxer Lovelina Borgohain booked a berth in the 2020 Japan Olympics, defeating Maftunakhon Malieva of Uzbekistan in the quarterfinals in the Asia-Oceania Olympic qualifiers in Amman, Jordan on Sunday. Lovelina participated in the 64 to 69 kilogram weight category.
Сейчас о Ловлине Боргохаин.
Ловлина, кстати, часто очень начинает работать через жеб, что правильно, опять-таки, ввиду того, что она повыше и сдерживает соперницу этим жебом. Вот на ближней дистанции, пожалуй, у Мелиевой были какие-то варианты, но рефери дает тоже команду его слушать, и это вообще обязательно надо делать. И
it will be the second occasion when an Assamese boxer will be seen in action in the Olympics. Earlier, Shiva Thapar achieved the same feat. Overall, she will be the third Olympian from Assam after Thapa and Dipankar Bhattacharjee.
Да, ожидаемо Ловлина Боргохаин одерживает победу. Еще одна радостная новость для сборной Индии.
По-прежнему, кстати, меньше всех не
हेलो इंडिया, आज मेरा क्वार्टर फाइनल बाउट था उज़्बेकिस्तान के साथ। मेरा जैसा प्लानिंग था उसको दूर रखना था, मुझे लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस से खेलना था, काउंटर खेलना था। मैंने ऐसे ही खेला जैसे मुझे कोचेस ने बोला, मैं कोचेस का भी सुना और बहुत अच्छा बाउट रहा। मैं 5-0 से जीता और मैं टोक्यो 2020 के लिए क्वालिफाई हो गया, तो बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ। मैं हमारे कोचेस को, सभी कोचेस को थैंक यू बोलना चाहती हूँ, BFI को, साई को, सभी को थैंक यू बोलना चाहती हूँ मुझे सपोर्ट करने के लिए। और मैं यहाँ पे सिर्फ क्वालिफाई नहीं, मैं गोल्ड मेडल लेके जाऊँ और गोल्ड मेडल लेके क्वालिफाई करूँ।
On the other hand, boxers across Assam expressed their joy and jubilation after the news of Assam's Lovelina Borgohain qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics came from Amman in Jordan, where the Asia-Oceania qualifying game in Jordan was held last week. Members of Assam Olympic Association and Assam Amateur Boxing Association of Assam were quick to point out the steady upward curve in the performance of Lovelina over the last 2 years and how her hard work has paid off with her qualifications for the Tokyo Olympics.
The members of the Assam Amateur Boxing Association AABA congratulated Lovelina Borgohain for her performance, which ensured the boxer an entry into the Japan Olympics. The officials also gave entire credit of this success to the boxer. Lovelina needed just a win in her quarterfinal bout in the Asia-Oceania qualifying meet against Uzbekistan's Maftunakhon Malieva to make her maiden appearance in the Olympics, and she did it in style on Sunday. With this performance, Lovelina also became the first woman athlete from Assam who will be seen in action in an Olympics. Addressing a media conference at the AOA Conference Hall in the city, the secretary of the Assam Amateur Boxing Association, Hemanta Kalita, said, "It is a great moment for us. She worked very hard to produce this performance and the boxer deserves full credit for it." Lovelina, however, lost her semi-final bout against third seed and 2018 world silver medalist Hong Gu of China in a unanimous 5-0 verdict. Apart from Kalita, the media conference was also attended by the president of the Assam Amateur Boxing Association, Kalikanta Boro, and the general secretary of the Assam Olympic Association, Lakhya Kumar. In a brief speech, Lakhya assured all possible help to Lovelina during her preparation for the Olympics.
খুব এটা ঐতিহাসিক মুহূৰ্ত যে আমি মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী সৰ্বানন্দ সোণোৱাল ডাঙৰীয়া অলিম্পিক সন্থাৰ সভাপতি হিচাপে দায়িত্ব গ্ৰহণ কৰিলে, আমি সম্পাদক হিচাপে আমি নতুন কমিটি আমি এই কাৰ্যভাৰ লোৱাৰ পাছতেই এইটো সকলোতকৈ ডাঙৰ খবৰ যে অসমৰ পঞ্চমগৰাকী অসমীয়া যিয়ে অলিম্পিকলৈ যোগ্যতা অৰ্জন কৰিছে লাভলিনা বৰগোহাঁই। আমি গৌৰৱান্বিত। আমি আশা কৰোঁ যে তেওঁ টকিঅ' অলিম্পিকৰ পৰা অসমলৈ মেডেল বুটলিবলৈ সক্ষম হ'ব, অসমৰ নাম বিশ্বৰ বুকুত উজ্বলাই তুলিব পাৰিব। ক্ৰীড়া এতিয়া এক কেৰিয়াৰ হিচাপে আত্মপ্ৰকাশ কৰিছে কাৰণ চৰকাৰৰ যিসমূহ আঁচনি আমাৰ যিটো ইণ্টিগ্ৰেটেড স্পৰ্টছ পলিচি আৰু বিশেষকৈ যোৱা 4টা বৰ্ষত অলিম্পিক চাৰ্টাৰত থকা ইভেণ্টসমূহৰ যিসমূহ ছিনিয়ৰ নেশ্যনেল মেডেলিষ্ট আছে সকলোৱে চাকৰি পাইছে চাকৰি নোপোৱাকৈ কোনো বহি থকা নাই গতিকে এতিয়া অভিভাৱকসকল এতিয়া তেওঁলোক এটা কথাত কনভিন্স হৈছে তেওঁলোকে দৃঢ় হৈছে যে নাই যদি ক্ৰীড়া ক্ষেত্ৰখনত যদি তেওঁলোকে উৎকৰ্ষ সাধন কৰিব পাৰে তেন্তে সেইখিনি সময় নষ্ট নহয় তেওঁলোকৰ কেৰিয়াৰটো সঠিক দিশত আগবাঢ়িব
We are very hopeful for and very glad to inform you all that LOVELINA qualified, officially announcing that LOVELINA qualified for Tokyo 2020 Olympics. As a Assamese woman boxer, as a secretary of Assam Boxing Association, I feel very glad to LOVELINA that she going to fulfill her dreaming Olympic. So it is not an easy matter for qualifying such a big event, top event from inter-district level to Olympic. So this time I surely assured you all that LOVELINA definitely win a medal. Indian Boxing Federation last 4 years, I think last 4 years, we are continuously pushing our boxer outside international event, participating international event, participating training competition event. So every major event in the world, Indian team participating. So that's the reason India this time more qualifying.
Moving on to some other news now. Once he was a nightmare for opposition bowlers, but Kevin Pietersen, former captain of the England cricket team after retiring from cricket, has involved himself in a different field to create awareness to save the rhino. The former cricketer now has picked up ASSAM for his Save Rhino campaign and visited the famous KAZIRANGA National Park, home of the one-horned rhino, last week. During his stay at KAZIRANGA, Pietersen was engaged in a shoot of a documentary on the famous one-horned rhino.
Posing for saving the world-famous one-horned rhino in KAZIRANGA, former England cricketer Kevin Pietersen made a conscious statement in protecting wildlife. Once he was the nightmare for opposition bowlers, but Kevin Pietersen, former captain of the England cricket team, after retiring from cricket has involved himself in a different field to create awareness to save the rhino. The former cricketer now has picked up ASSAM for his Save Rhino campaign and will visit KAZIRANGA, home of the one-horned rhino, in the next couple of days. During his stay at KAZIRANGA, Pietersen will also shoot a documentary on the one-horned rhino. The former batsman arrived in the city with his team and met Forest and Environment Minister Parimal Shuklabaidya. During the discussion, Pietersen, who scored 8,181 runs from 104 tests for England, expressed his willingness to take part in the upcoming opening ceremony of the KAZIRANGA Utsav, which is scheduled to be held on March 11th at Kohra. Shuklabaidya appreciated the initiative taken by Pietersen in highlighting and raising awareness for the one-horned rhinos of KAZIRANGA National Park. It may be mentioned here that poaching of the one-horned rhino is a major threat at the KAZIRANGA National Park. The KAZIRANGA National Park alone has 80% of the total one-horned rhino population in the world. The Assam government has taken various initiatives for the protection of the one-horned rhino.
More cricket news. 4 players of ASSAM are selected by the Rajasthan Royals to train with their team. The cricketers travel to the Academy of Rajasthan Royals at Nagpur on March 2nd and practice with the team for 5 days. The selected 4 cricketers are Mridmoy Datta, Rahul Singh, Kalam Rija and Jutumani Kalita.
A number of state-level cricketers from Assam joined the Rajasthan Royals Indian players who had gathered in the city of Guwahati for the preparatory camp ahead of the 13th edition of the Indian Premier League IPL 2020. The camp took place at the Barsapara Stadium and was conducted to prepare extensively for IPL 2020 at the new venue. 7 Indian players from the Rajasthan Royals squad attended the pre-tournament camp and shared valuable inputs with the young cricketers. The camp went on for 3 days and was spearheaded by Royals head of cricket Zubin Bharucha, who was assisted by batting coach Amol Mazumdar, fielding coach Dishant Yagnik, and head physio John Gloucester. Team's off-season fast bowling development coach Stephen Jones was also present at the camp to work with the pacers and all players on strength and conditioning. 4 players of ASSAM were selected by the Rajasthan Royals to train with them. The cricketers also travelled to the Academy of Rajasthan Royals at Nagpur on March 2nd and practiced with them for 5 days. The selected 4 cricketers are Mrinmoy Datta, Rahul Singh, Kalam Reja and Jitumani Kalita. We are approaching the IPL and all the players have been playing regular cricket around the country and abroad. This camp is an opportunity for us to see how they are doing in the fitness-wise and to fine-tune them as we build up to the tournament. It will also be a great opportunity for our players to prepare and get accustomed to the playing conditions in Guwahati, said Bharucha. Through the course of the camp, the players will undergo various net sessions, match scenario training and fitness and fielding drills that will prepare them for the upcoming season. The coaches will be working with the players and providing them with feedback to make sure that the players are in the right state of mind heading into the season. John Gloucester and Stephen Jones will be leading the fitness side of things, making sure that the players are in good shape and have clear plans to get them in peak condition for the tournament. The Indian cricketers present at the preparatory camp were Anuj Rawat, Ankit Rajput, Akash Singh, Mayank Markande, Aniruddha Joshi, Robin Uthappa and Rian Parag.
আৰু ইতিমধ্যে আমাৰ আটাইতকৈ ভাল খেলুৱৈ সকলোকে আমি ইয়াত দিছোঁ আমাৰ যেহেতু এবাৰ জুনিয়ৰ আণ্ডাৰ 19ত খুব ভাল প্ৰদৰ্শন কৰা কেইবাজনো বলাৰ আছিলে দশৰথ কুমাৰ তেওঁ জুনিয়ৰ আণ্ডাৰ 19ত ইণ্ডিয়াৰ চেলেঞ্জাৰ্ছ টিমতো সোমাইছে ঠিক সেইদৰে বিভাকৰ নাগ আৰু জুনিয়ৰ কেইবাজনো খেলুৱৈ আছে গতিকে এইসকল খেলুৱৈ বল কৰি আছে আৰু ভাল বল কৰিছে আমি যোৱাকালি দেখা পাইছোঁ তেওঁলোকৰ ভাল পাৰফৰ্মেঞ্চ কৰি আছে IPL আহিছে IPL অহাৰ লগে লগে আমাৰ অসমৰ খেলুৱৈসকলে এনেকুৱা আখাৰী খেলুৱৈৰ লগত এইটো ইতিমধ্যে নেটত অভিনৱ থাপাক বল কৰি আছে আৰু ঠিক সেইদৰে খুব উন্নত মানদণ্ডৰ প্ৰশিক্ষকৰ আণ্ডাৰত তেখেতসকলে দেখা পাইছে ইতিমধ্যে দুজনমান স্পিনাৰ কালি মই লগত কথা পাতিছিলোঁ আমাৰ খেলুৱৈৰ লগত তেওঁলোকে কোনটো ধৰণৰ বল কৰিলে বেছি উপকৃত হ'ব তেনেকুৱা ট্ৰিপছ কিছুমানো আমাৰ খেলুৱৈক দি আছে গতিকে এইটো এটা ভাল দিশ অনাগত দিনত আমি আশা ৰাখিছোঁ ৰাজস্থান ৰয়েলছৰ হোম মেনু IPLৰ জৰিয়তে অসমৰ ক্ৰিকেটৰ পৰিৱেশটো আগুৱাই যোৱাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত এটা ভাল দিশ দেখা পোৱা যাব
Football news. I-League winners of 2017, AIZAWL FC put up a spirited show against Mohun Bagan in Kalyani in West Bengal earlier this week, but could not hold on to their defence till the end. AIZAWL's performance in this season has not been their best and were hovering at the 3rd to 4th position from the bottom. In fact, Mohun Bagan swore to their second I-League crown in 5 seasons with 4 games still left to play, riding on Spaniard midfielder Joseba Betita's 9th assist and former LA Liga striker Papa Babakar Diwara's 10th strike from 9 consecutive games. Mohun Bagan have clinched the championship with still 4 games to play, having an unassailable 39 points in the league table. AIZAWL FC were certainly not overawed by either the performance and occasion of the 17,222 partisan home crowd, which had packed the stands, dishing out a thoroughly professional performance in both halves of the match.
And here goes the start of the game. AIZAWL FC will be operating from the left to right of your screen.
Mohun Bagan soared to their second Hero I-League crown in 5 seasons with 4 games still left to play. Riding on Spaniard midfielder Joseba Beitia's 9th assist and former La Liga striker Papa Babakar Diwara's 10th strike from 9 consecutive games. Meanwhile, in the process, they match Dempo Sporting Club's record of wrapping up the league with maximum games left to play. Dempo SC achieved the feat when they sealed the Hero I-League in 2009-10 with 4 matches yet to play.
Shankar Roy, it's Rochazella. Rochazella, what a chance that was. Matthias Veron, miskicked it. Another chance for AIZAWL FC. No, just from the face of the goal. Finds Nongdam Banarim, he finds Joseba Beitia. Lovely touches. Komran Tursona, beautiful build-up from Mohun Bagan. Here comes Ashutosh Mehta, whips it across. Header went just over the bar.
AIZAWL was certainly not overawed by either the occasion nor the 17,222 partisan home crowd which had packed the stands, dishing out a thoroughly professional performance in the first half. Joe Zoheliana and Rocharzala were a constant threat on the right, and Paul Ramfangzuava was also getting himself into a lot of space in the middle of the park. Rocharzala, in fact, had the first crack at goal as early as the 12th minute, and Sankar had to go down full stretch to bring about his first save of the game. He had a second crack at the 34th minute, this time from closer, but was wide of the target.
Here comes Jose Babetia. Papa Babaka Diawara! 11th goal by the Senegalese, and Mohun Bagan are smelling their second title. What a strike! Commit the man, commit the moment, he said. One chance, bang!
The visitors' defence was also much more organised, and Ghanaian Joseph Adeji's policeman marking of prolific Senegalese striker Papa Babakar Diawara was paying initial dividends. Bagan, on the other hand, though having more than AIZAWL's possession in the first quarter of an hour, were finding it difficult to get a clear sight of the goal. Diawara almost dribbled through once from a Tursunov Naurem move, and Suhair had the first shot on target from distance for the hosts at the half-hour mark. Bagan ended the half on the strong note with a couple of free kicks from Beishia and found the talented Tajik attacker Tursunov, but to no avail. The deadlock remained at the end of the first 45 minutes, and to AIZAWL's credit, they did not put up a step back even in the second half. Jarin hit a free kick early, but it went straight to Sankar, and that was probably the last strong approach AIZAWL had in the game. Bagan began to step up with 20 minutes left on the clock. Naurem found Diawara with a fine ball inside the goalkeeper's area, but Zotan Mauya did well to snatch it from his head, and then Ashutosh Mehta struck one sweetly but got the accuracy a bit off. Beishia then initiated a move that involved successively Naurem, Tursunov and finally Mehta, but the resulting cross, which met with a Diawara header, went off target. The title-winning goal finally came in the 80th minute to send the Kalyani Stadium into a frenzy. It was Beishia again who accelerated and, having reached closer to the box, squared to Diawara, who was following Beishia from the right. Kasaga could have done better to stop the ball from arriving at the eventual hero of the match, but once it was with him and with space in front of him, it was always going to be dangerous. Diawara dished out a lesson in clinical finishing to aspiring strikers in the country, bringing out his best under pressure while unleashing a fierce grounder which not only beat the keeper but left him as a spectator as it lodged itself into the back of the AIZAWL net. As Bagan saw off the final minutes, the stands erupted in colourful celebrations with emotions running high. Mohun Bagan, with an unassailable 39-point tally, will face off with cross-city rivals Quess East Bengal in the famous Kolkata Derby on Sunday, March 15, 2020, whereas AIZAWL will travel to Ludhiana to face third-placed Punjab on the same day.
And with that, we come to the end of this edition of our Sports Bulletin, 8 on Play On. Thanks for joining us. Until we meet again next week at the same time, stay safe, stay sporty. Thank you for watching.